Don't blink, it's your boy, Cool Commercial. It's doing well, so having a wonderful day on this glorious 20 April 2026. It is morning, it is very early. When is the last time we did a sunrise video? Well, I don't know, but I know when it's the next time, but it's right now. So I present to you the sunrise. A beautiful, beautiful sunrise. So don't blink, it's your boy, Cool Commercial. Because they're going well, because they're having a wonderful day. Oh, there's still a little bit of fingerprints on it. They're doing well, so having a fantastic day on its 18th April 26th. It is sunrise. I hope that you guys saw the sunrise, which is super nice. I got a bunch of people. Somebody asked me to be live with me. Who is it? I don't know who you are. I wasn't close. I wasn't quick enough. I'm sorry. Possibly wouldn't accept it even then, but still. And so, how you guys doing? You guys are doing well? How was your morning? How was your evening? It is cold, 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 cold. It's very cold. But we're enjoying a beautiful sunrise. I'm sorry about the what is going on here? Is that better? It's better. As you can see, we didn't take a shower, so this is very much of a surprise. It was not supposed to be a sunrise. It was supposed to be super, super cloudy, but we got blessed. So I was chilling, I was editing, and then they showed us a sunrise, and I was like, you know what? It's been a while since we haven't done a sunrise video, and we haven't filmed the sunrise, so I had to get advantage of it. I got some food. I'm just gonna go wear some other pants because it is freaking freezing. We'll let you guys with the sunrise. Don't worry. We'll make something out of it live. I don't have a subject. I don't have a subject at all. I know what I want to talk about, which is pretty much a comeback on what's going on with the channel, what's going on with the content itself, you know. So we'll talk about that, I think. I'm gonna be enjoying the sunrise. It's not planned, I'm sorry. I was editing. Look at this too. Look at this. This is gorgeous. This is why you guys saw the sunrise last night, the sunset, sorry. It was nice. And now you have this, which is freaking beautiful. Amazing. This is the nicest sunrise we have in a while. So let's start. I'm gonna be wearing something else. Holy, is it gorgeous? I'm telling you, it's been so long. And even then, this is possibly not the nicest sunrise we've had, but it's the nicest sunrise we have in a long time. So I really want to enjoy it. And as you guys know, we're not doing videos anymore. We're doing live for this year, for this type of content, because I'm wanting to push that. So this is sort of what we're pushing for, weirdly. But at the same time, hey, it is what it is. So, again, good morning. I've been up for a while. I haven't done much, so I did a TikTok live. I was still exhausted. So we just edited, we just uploaded. It took me way longer than I expected, but at the same time, we're doing 2 days of 12 hours of editing. So there's 4 to 5 hours of clip in there, which is a lot. If you look at yesterday, the live lasted like for 3 hours, and we did content for 3 hours. So it is pretty special. It's something else. It's completely different. So I want to come on here, just enjoy it. By the time that I noticed it, it was already started. So the sun is rising at like 6:10, 6:05, 6:10. It is 6:02. So I missed a little bit. I think what happened is, you see those clouds, right? If you were to see there's a lot more clouds that it possibly just pushed, but literally says that it was cloudy this morning. So today we're going to talk about the direction of the channel, where's the channel going. You guys have noticed that it was a lot of changes. We're completely doing something different, which is sort of weird itself. And yeah, there's a lot of reason for that. We're gonna come in. First of all, the last time we did a video was possibly like in October, which is not true because if you consider live videos, we've been doing them every single day, non-stop. But a lot of people won't consider that, which is different because it is live. And yes, I'm recording it, but technically speaking, there is and I understand people. I had a hard time understanding people that were not recording their VODs or just letting the Twitch or TikTok delete the VODs. There's something that's really powerful and something that is not lasting forever. You had to be there to see it, otherwise you fucked up, right? And also, if you were talking about business sense, it also pushes people that said, hey, if I miss that live, I'm gonna put it on another platform later on. So, but I'm not like that. So I wanted to do like this. So when you're on the content, well, first of all, when we stopped making content, we were doing very, very bad. The reason why we're not talking about this is because I spent a large majority of the evening watching it live, talking with a content creator that is doing this as a job, right? Talking about the pros, the cons, and I leave this live, I go to another live, and then they're talking about algorithms, so a lot of stuff in. And I was like, I used to be obsessed with this, and I want to still be obsessed with it, but I'm not obsessed with it. I'm still hungry to make content. However, there is a couple of things that comes in, which is things like, okay, well, it's all a question of insight is 2020. So I was doing really bad. The reason why we started doing TikTok live is I need to talk to people, physically talk to people. Back in the days, which is last year, 2 years ago, I was okay with making. I know this is so out of context. This is so weird, but it is cold outside. It is cold as fuck. Even with the vest, I should wear a coat. I'm gonna wear a coat because I want to sell the idea that this is a nice morning. I want to sell the guys the idea that, hey, this is the first sunrise of 2026 that we're watching, that we're filming. So it is the first sunrise of 2026. So cheers to that. Cheers. Holy shit, cheers. I didn't realize that. We did film a sunset, but we didn't film a sunrise yet. So this is pretty good. Now, outside it's like 9 degrees, so possibly not going to do it 2 hours, which although I could, possibly do like a 40 minutes, say 50 minutes, say 30, I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, we were in a pretty bad position. I really lied because I didn't have contact, that physical contact, human contact, and I noticed that with work, and kind of crazy because right now we have Inside is 2020, so right now I am talking about the past self, the present self, but also what happened in between, right? So for example, back then I was doing live and I was so popular that when I didn't have anybody in my life, I was freaking out. I was like, okay, well, this is not normal. And I'm seeing a lot of people that do it. See, a lot of people have this almost businessy approach to it, have this calculated approach to it, this analytic version to it. And we used to post videos about our weekly analytics. We stopped doing that because I was like, dude, this is either bringing me down or this is bringing me up. There's never a line. It's always up and down. Like, I'm putting myself to that. I'm like, fuck that, right? So seeing this, being live so freaking often is teaching me like, okay, well, guess what? See, the last year approach, which was really good, was the videos after videos, and those videos itself, they're phenomenal because of how much we made and how much we did on a daily and how often I used to post and shit like that, right? So they're pretty freaking fantastic because that's a work, you know. And the fact that we did it all in a year, pretty impressive, especially for myself. which I do say so myself, otherwise I wouldn't say it. And yeah, it's the fact that we were talking about it, and I was okay with them not getting any traction or traffic, because I was like, dude, if they get traffic now or in 2 years, who gives a shit? I also was watching GRE, which is the Joe Rogan Experience, which is possibly one of the most popular podcasts. And for the first 55 years, people were telling him, edit your shit, edit your shit, edit your shit, edit your shit. And he did a show, and a comedy show. And then he asked the audience, like, who watches my podcast? And the whole crowd went crazy, you know? So it's your perception. Also, last year, I it's such a weird thing, because again, like all the past self, this is not that long ago, so I still remember my state of mind. I still remember what I was thinking. I still remember what I was going through, right? I had little fans, right? And fucking love little fans, but I didn't consider them fans. I didn't consider them. It was a weird thing to me. The concept of I'm a normal guy, talking about normal stuff. And yeah, but then you realize that you don't need to be special. You don't need to be famous. These people are a fan of you because you speak your mind. You speak what you're going through. You speak everything that you're thinking and you're going through again. And you possibly don't have that much of a voice. You possibly don't have another person that's going through what it is. There's this beautiful, almost parasocial relationship, but non-existent parasocial relationship. So I am able to talk to you guys about it, but I'm also not close enough to you guys for you to be like, okay, he's gonna judge me because he knows me. Like, no, this is a dude that talks about it is. So when you listen to music and you talk about a specific event or a specific emotion, you relate to that, right? I was listening to Paramore yesterday. Paramore, All I Wanted Was You. We listened to it for an hour. I'm not even kidding. And for an hour we listened to that, and I was like, wow, you know, talented for sure, great music for sure, but understanding what it means, or understanding the general idea behind it is a completely different story, right? So with the video last year, I felt like I was doing an impact, but it was so non-personal, and I it's like I don't care, right? I'm gonna post a video. If you like the video, you like the video. If you don't like the video, you don't like the video. But at the same time, I didn't have the confidence in my opinion. So it was like, okay, well, this is a journal entry, this is a diary entry. And I got really comfortable with the fact that my video had 0 views. Because what I was saying didn't matter because nobody was watching it, right? What are the chances that out of the 40,000 videos I'm saying something awful? They're pretty likely, right? What are the chances that you don't find this video? They're pretty likely. So there's little to no consequences to what I'm saying. And those 40,000 videos, for example, today we're having this talk with you guys, we're having this chilling, and we're watching the sunrise. 3 things can happen, right? This sunrise will not, they can have the same sunrise tomorrow. Most of the chances, it will not, right? The feeling of being cold, you know how nice this is, right? You know how nice this is? Do you think I would watch that for 20 minutes? No. So I'm not gonna remember the sunrise. I'm gonna remember the first freaking morning of 2026 being cold. What if I come out tomorrow and it's fucking 20 degrees? It's a much comfier rise, right? It's a much comfier. I used to spend like 2 to 3 hours on the balcony making videos because it was so comfortable and I needed an excuse to be out there for so long, right? Now, we have an excuse to stay out there for so long because we're filming so much, we're doing so much. You're also doing this. Not to brag, but let's brag a little bit, right? Let's brag a little bit. So, as much as it seems like I was detached, there's no, and I got comfortable in the anonymity. Being anonymous, I got lenient with myself as a way of just a dude talking, just another guy talking. I'm seeing people that have opinion and they don't have a voice, and I'm seeing people that have a voice and don't have an opinion. So how can you have a voice and no opinion? You're just repeating what people say. How can you have an opinion but no voice? You're shy, you're reserved, which is okay, it happens, right? I have this friend, she's super talented, but she doesn't want to be in front of the camera. And I'm like, just try it once, and she tried it, it worked. She did 2 weeks of live. This is another story. She did 2 weeks of live, and she did so good. She was averaging 12 to 13 viewers. It's very close, right? And of course I checked because she's my friend. And then she gave up. She's like, I'm not sure this is me. I'm like, dude, you're fucking successful. Why don't you see that? Then she doesn't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And it brings a question, what do I not want to do? Right? So, with the videos, there's a lot of issues with the videos. And this is where I want to talk about, right? It's a twin. Am I thinking I'm never going to make a video again? No. There's so many problems with the video that we did. And there's no regret because this is a great journey. And it's still a journey that I'm part of. But there's so many things that I've learned with time, right? Well, first of all, you don't shit when you eat, right? So this apartment, which is very small. This balcony, which is, again, very small. This landmark, which is beautiful, but you saw it how often. Look at this. So these in French, we call it the pieds d'ange, right? This, the pieds d'ange, which literally means angel feet. I only had a foot fetish sometimes. How beautiful is this? How beautiful is this? And of course we're gonna film it because it's beautiful. And like I was saying, I know, I'm breaking the fucking illusion. I'm sorry, okay? Like I was saying, this place became my place of work, and it was great because I was like, dude, I don't even need to leave the house until I work. But then everything I did in the house was content, which is bad. Everything that I was watching was content. Every single song that I was listening to was content. Every single time I ate something, it had to be something good. The number of things that I've tasted that were freaking delicious that I never ate again because I was like, no, dude, we already made a video for that. It's just nonsense. It doesn't make any sense, right? And also, for you guys, what I was realizing is I had a lot of people care about what I was doing. A lot of people care about my videos, but I was shoving down content down your throat after content, 10 videos a day, 20 videos a day. That was not okay, because what's the point of making 20 videos if you don't give time to people, you don't give people the time to watch one, you know? And we're still doing that today. We're still doing that. However, what we're doing highlights of a live, right? So we're doing a live, which is one video, and then we're clipping it, which is another thing, right? So we solved that problem, which is, the problem was I was doing everything, anytime, anywhere. So everything I was watching was content, everything I was eating was content, everything that I was doing was content. The place of resting wasn't a place of rest, it was a place of work, right? So very unhealthy. However, as a grinding method, is amazing. You want to know the time that I grinded the most? It was the winter. In the winter, we used to wait until the sun was rising at 7 o'clock and work until 11. I made so much content that I was playing the screen. And watching MasterChef as I was talking. This is how insane it was. I'm telling you, it wasn't healthy. Now, ultimately speaking, do I regret? It feels like I'm regretting, but I'm not. Because it's a very valuable lesson, right? It's a very teachable moment. I spent a lot of my life not learning basic lessons I'm supposed to learn. I spent a lot of my life wondering why this is going on when these are things that you learn very young, right? Why? Because I never cared before. I never pictured myself in a position where I would have to deal with people, or that I want to deal with people, you know? And if you look at it, it's very peculiar, right? Which is work. We're both going there because we're working there, we need to pay the bills. School, where we're both going there because I need to learn shit, you know? And with social media, since it's not a job yet, it's a hobby, and I get to share this hobby, and it's a hobby that makes me happy, right? My apologies. I think what changed the most is the perception of what I want to do, right? Don't want to create a specific thing, no. Don't want to create at all, yeah. I think that's more the creation aspect of it, right? I was, when I look back at it, I don't know how I did. I was out, the second there was a nice weather, I was out. Didn't matter if my battery was down. Didn't matter if my storage was full. We have a better storage here, and we're still struggling. We have a better Wi-Fi, and we're still struggling. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do it? How the fuck? Well, those sacrifices made, you know. And my relationship was sacrificed. My friendship was sacrificed. People ask me like, why are you never seeing people? Why were you never seeing people in your videos? Because I got no friends, no real life friends, right? Which is perfectly fine because that's a choice that I made. That is something that I did. That is something that I made the conscious choice of doing. Even though I thought it was wrong, it was the necessary evil in my life, sacrificing every single bridge, burning every single bridge. That way I'm alone. When I'm alone, what I do? I work. There it goes, your self-sabotage, your self-appointed penitence. And these are, you see, it's very, and I use the word unhealthy a lot, because, and it's super negative, the word unhealthy, but there's a specific reason I'm using it. So when we started making content was in October. In October, I was a fucking mess. I couldn't even function because I was so in pain, so hurt mentally, psychologically, right? So whenever I think about making content, I think about how did it end, and it ended in horrible ways, right? So again, I want to mention, I am not done making content. We are not stopping making videos. It's something that I love to do. It's something that I don't want to do right now. So why the live? Okay, so the live are a better way to contact you guys, right? Communicate with you guys. So a lot of the videos that I did was because I was lonely and I was bored, right? So the lives are a way to fix the loneliness, but also fix the bore, right? So we get to talk to people. Most of them are trolls, which is fine, but it still matters in the sense of I'm socializing with people. For example, I've met Carly, which is one of my closest bond, right? Because of lives, right? The closest bond doesn't even do her justice. She's an angel, you know. And I met her true life, and that was meaningful to me. I met a lot of people true life. I was watching the person I was watching yesterday. I met a true life, you know. Socializing a lot more. I'm going to people live because I'm not busy making a video, you know. It's amazing, and I'm still getting these to scratch the itch of making content, which, my God, is it an itch? My God, is it a present itch? It's always present. Is there drawbacks of making lives? Yes, because a lot of times I have to edit out, and for example, right now we're doing a lot of editing out of 12 hours video. Those 12 hours videos are horrid. They're horrible. Why? Because you're in a position where you're literally taking 50 minutes out of 12 hours. I don't know if you're good at math, but that's less than 2%. So you have to go on the bar of the videos and choose 2% to edit, and it's 15 minutes, which is a big video. So you're like, holy shit, dude, how am I supposed to do that constantly? And I'm also relying on a service, which is TikTok. By the way, my account got banned yesterday. Right? My account got banned yesterday. So that's that. It's banned for a couple of days. I can go back live 20th, which is not tomorrow. Tomorrow the 19th. After tomorrow. It'll be after tomorrow at 9 o'clock. I'm still on the second channel. But at the same time, I'm okay with living on a smaller channel because the action, and this is a very good example of what's going on. I don't care how many people come because it's still making content, still making the active effort to socialize with people. Because I don't know. Got a person wanting to join the guest this morning. It's fucking 6 a.m. dude, on a Saturday. But at the same time, if you want to socialize, this is one of the best ways, right? So you're kind of going through that, you're kind of doing that in a weird way, but you're still doing it. So this is something that I appreciate, something that I not only worship, but at the same time, it's something that's so meaningful to me because of it's so meaningful to me because of what it implies. It implies that we're actually out. It's like going to a freaking park to meet new friends. Nobody does it anymore, but there's a time that's what you did. You went to the theater, you went to the freaking shopping center to make friends. You went to school to make friends. It's like such a foreign concept, but that's the way you do things. And it is a fire concept because I didn't do it for so long. I'm very okay with being alone. I'm very okay with myself, but is that the right thing to do? Is that the proper way to do things? I don't know. And that's something else. That's something that life is bringing me, right? So we are dealing with something that bans me very often, way too often. How do I deal with that? It's okay because yes, it's annoying, but at the same time, I have two channels. If I get banned twice in the space of 4 days, which is the usual amount of time I get banned, I'm possibly doing something that I shouldn't be doing. Visiting the rules. Again, I was making content without checking the rules, without checking the terms. And as what does it sound? The rules are important. Do I believe in freedom of speech? Yes. Do I believe in say whatever you want to fucking say? Yes. Do I believe in voicing your opinion? Absolutely. But if you're voicing opinion, you can hurt people. And you don't even hurt people. So that guideline, those rules exist so you don't cross a certain line. And I crossed the certain line, I possibly did it. But some of my videos, I would have got bad for that. How am I dealing with it? I'm okay with it. It's weird because you're thinking about how's that possible, but it still makes sense. I'm just gonna check if I have the battery pack because I'm at 9%. I'm gonna have to go in. I'm gonna have to go in, which kind of sucks. I don't have the batteries. It's an older phone, so that's okay, I guess. But yeah, so looking back at it, on it, it's important, it's meaningful because of what it implies. It implies what? It implies that I get to talk to people how I want. It implies that I get to do what I want. You know what I'm gonna do? Fuck it. That's 10 minutes inside. Measure the battery bits. 10 minutes into it, it really works. Now, I think about it, but I'm gonna have a problem. Because I don't have the tripod to hold it. The shaking hands. That's all. I also don't have the best phone. So the phone might close. We'll do an ASMR version, sadly. I have a choice. It's still going to be lower. What are you doing? Why is it going lower? Don't close, please. I don't know why it's closing. I don't know why it wants to close, but it wants to close. So, being in life with something that can ban me at any time without a specific reason, like for example, I got banned yesterday because somebody talked about a commander receipts, which is basically unaliving the person and arboring the body. So this is pretty awful, but the person's around me. You know? I'm like, okay, well, I understand the ban, I understand it was not banned, but like, isn't it a bit too strict that I get banned for something people said in my stream? But then, you know, I kind of have to learn the rules. And I think every single workplace has rules. Every single workplace is a system of legislation and I don't know how to put it. Freaking hate it. We don't have the battery for. We just made sure that we were uploading. We were filming. So kind of happy with that. Also, as a content creator, we don't really have a boss. But I made videos, but didn't have a boss. So I wanted to start at this time for the finish. This time I was able to. you kind of have I don't necessarily have a boss per se, but I have a workplace which is deep harmony rights. One of my videos got banned for violent speech. It was a 2021 video that I uploaded of 80s. So yeah, it's a bit odd that we're getting that, but hey, it is what it is. Now if they delete my channel and fucked, I'll have a copy of my videos. But please don't say it to anybody. And it's nuts. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. We're about to reach 1,000 waves in the tower, which is fucking phenomenal. So I'm sorry that you don't see me, but again, this phone is so finicky with the wire, so finicky with charging, that if it closes, I don't think they can do it because the sunrise is already done. So I guess this is an ASMR right now. I'm sorry guys. Gotta do it how I do it. They could have charged the phone more, but like I said, the cloud was covering the sky. Do I miss making videos? Not really, because I'm still making videos. Do I miss being able to do everything I want? Yes. The live also is a really good way of kind of focusing on something. For example, if I'm live on Twitch, right, and I'm playing, right now we're playing Final Fantasy 12, and I love that game, right? I'm not gonna talk about freaking pizza. When I'm playing it, I want that pizza. I want to talk about an hour pizza. There is this, I'm sure it's godlike, but there's, yeah, I guess I can consider that. This narrative path that's one of the things. Narrative path. And for example, one of the good things I can do is do Civilization 6, play the game. Well, the history of each civilization, that could be freaking awesome. That could be freaking awesome. Do I want to do that? I don't know if I'm going to do it, because it does feel a little bit cheap. You could just add ChatGPT. Yo, ChatGPT, tell me the story of the Roman Empire, you know? So, that could be something. And that would be some great content, but super accessible too. Yeah. I'm just in a position where it's sort of hard to pinpoint with a picture what we're doing. Like right now, I want to enjoy the sunrise and we're filming the fucking roof. You know, these are all that I have in my life as a deal with. So it was a video. I would just close the phone and be like, cool. Let's wait 20 minutes. We'll be okay, right? This is I'm live. I don't want to restart it live and come back and have 20 minutes. It's odd that how it's going to giving you a really problem. They bring a situation to you where it can be a dramatic situation. You have to figure out the solution. There's such a world out there, and even though we make so many videos exploring a majority of subjects, right? I'm to the position where I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the universe and everything that it implies, which seems insane, but if I'm waiting for this for 2 years, who knows what we'll talk about in 10 years? Who knows what we'll be talking about in 20 years? I don't know. Who knows what we'll be talking about tomorrow? I have no clue. Possibly a movie that we're doing right now. Possibly my day, which is what we're doing right now. But apart from that, I don't know everything I'm going to be reaching. Right? Like, when I did the live yesterday, I talked about Family Guy and the possibility of watching it for free on YouTube. And I was shrill with that. And then they took it out. And I couldn't download it because I don't know why, but I couldn't. And I'm asking myself, what was the point of that? You know? And that kind of sucks. And you're stuck in a place of what you do about it, which is absolutely nothing. Because there is nothing to do about it, right? And that's fine. That's okay. You're dealing with a situation, you're dealing with the consequences of your non-approach, which is something that we're dealing a lot with videos. Do I talk about the same things a lot? Yes. Do I repeat myself? Absolutely. Being live is also, I'm watching a lot of debates. These people were great debaters, make good content. Like, for example, Dean Winter, something like that. Make great content, but if there's nobody to debate with, what is the content involved? There's nothing. So being live is also a way of it's also a way of doing stuff. For example, I had a person listen, talk about The Boys, right? The show The Boys. I didn't love that show. I know nothing about that show. So obviously speaking, I'm like, cool. It's about something that we both know. But no, it was important to him, so I let him talk and have a conversation and have fun. And this person enjoyed it, right? Leaving the floor. Like for example, I'm calling Carly yesterday, right? I'm often like that call her. Where did the video about calling Carly? No, that's done. But if I get to call her and I'm like, this is kind of cool because she was talking about yesterday about some of the coworker. One time that I had a coworker, one time that I had a situation at work, life was pretty boring to be honest. Even if I was making videos, how many of those were out of willingness? How many of those were out of boredom? How wishing was that boredom, you know? And this is something that kind of bothers me. See, last year with the with making videos, there's no limit to what I could do. With the live, there's not a limit. Like for example, if I get banned, okay, well, don't go to something. If I have nothing to talk about, okay, well, I take this time to end the live, right? I also push myself in the corner when I was doing videos. I put myself in the corner, which was, okay, well, listen, there's gonna be 2 hours of the sunrise. I'm gonna be filming for 2 hours. I put myself in the corner. That was not the part of the it was not the remote. The reason why is that at the time it felt like it felt like this was the best move I could possibly do. And we've let it so you don't know if what you did was right or not right. I think I know where my battery pack is. Ooh, I think I know where it is, and I think it's charged to the max. They charged to my mom's house. It has to be somewhere around here. Fuck's sakes. But it has to be sunny outside. Hold on, guys. It's not there. We're at 11%. So like just unplugging it. Just running with it. But also be super stupid. So possibly gonna have to cut this down a little bit, guys. I'm so sorry. I had to have a choice to film and not have enough batteries, or film or charge, and I'm losing the sunrise. Charge the battery later on. I cannot film the sunrise later on, so we made the conscious decision. So because we have to cut that short, sadly, what is the end note here? Am I not gonna make videos again? The end note is that I want to wait until so my plan, my life plan, which is some crazy statement, right? See the geese are coming back. This is geese. I don't know if geese is the plural of duck. I say it's a plural. I don't give a fuck if that's not right. The goal is next year to be working, because right now I have a job that's not meaningful. I don't care about it. The goal is to find a good job next year, which is going to the north, which is completely moving everything, switching my life up, you know. And why not right now? Because I got so much more to do right now. I want to film content. I want to lose the weight that I have. I want to stream a lot more. I want to accomplish so many more things before I'm willing to not necessarily give up, but give up on the entire day or the entire schedule being around this. If I can skip it, I can skip it, but if I can't, I can't. Around this, which is social media, which is content creation. The around is, if I have a good job, what's the point of this? But if I would prefer, you know, it's all the question of want versus need. I want to make content, but that's not in the card. That's not in the card, and there's nothing you can do with it, and you have to be at peace with that. If you're at peace with it, you can actually manage to do a lot. If you're not at peace with it, well, fuck you. You don't have a choice, you know. So the goal is to literally leave a year, make content, which is very diminished because of the amount of work I do, but also this is in the mountains, dude. This is in the north. You don't go out. It's horrible outside. So you're kind of stuck in there, right? We already have planned content, so don't worry about that. But still, yeah, I would say it's not ideal per se. But at the same time, when we back, you don't understand. Last video we did was in October 2025, sorry, and the next video that we do is in April 20 or April, or even freaking, because I would like to come back in the spring and in the summer. Is back in freaking summer 2027. Just a huge person, and there possibly is gonna be no change. Possibly is gonna be changes. Who knows? If there's no change, that's okay. If there is change, that is also okay. You see, the channel is about women as a person, my opinion, my day to day, my life, you know, and there hasn't been a lot of changes, you know. There's been a stuttering, the faking videos was taking so much of my time that I couldn't evolve, right? So we're the level at which we were fucking perfectly fine. If I stay at the same level for 4 years, and even something that's fine is not gonna be as fine after, you know. So I have to move on a little bit. Do I want to? No. Do I need to? No. Am I making the choice of doing so? Yes. And I feel like this is it, right? So I'm of course gonna do some things in the background. We're gonna work on something for right now, but currently the plan are that, and I feel like even if the plan are that, I feel like it's a great plan. I feel like it's amazing. Like we spent so much time of the live in that couple of weeks watching Walking Dead, which is not interesting for you guys, right? And I understand that. But if I wasn't live, I would have never done it, right? And if I wasn't live, I would have never done that, and I would have never allowed myself to have to do that, right? So it's a situation like that you have to be necessarily more careful with, but you have to be aware of, right? And I feel like right now what I want to do is live. I'm going to create a comedy. I want to talk to you guys. I want to have some fun in a perfect way. What is the business plan out of it? The business plan of it is getting to know you guys a lot. Then hopefully understanding people that needs to understand that I'm working. So I'm going to have as much time next year. I need to watch the videos on YouTube and shit like that because I like the content. Then we build a career out of that, and because I'm going to be working for a year, I'm going to have a couple of years of financial freedom, but it's time that's running out, right? I'm 33 years old. In a couple of years, I'm going to be 35. We have to form a family before it's too late. It's never too late to form a family, but biologically speaking, it's better to do it younger. My parents had me old, and I'm lucky because I have both parents that are super strong. I'm 33 years old, but that's not always the case, right? That's not always the case, and I have to be careful with that, you know? So life is full of surprise, and I don't know where it's going. I don't know where I'm going. I know it's fun. I know I'm having fun, but I have no clue apart from that. So I'm excited. Do I see myself doing live for a full year? Yes, absolutely. See, the possibilities are sort of endless. There's so much I can do, so much fun I can do. Right now, we're kind of dealing with, well, this is kind of new. This is somewhat important to me because this is my way of talking to you guys, but it's also my way of socializing. Is there a problem right now? I do see a problem in the pattern that we're following. When there's people in a live, I'm like, holy shit, I have a thought to talk about. For example, I was doing a mukbang last week. There's a girl that came in and talked to me. She was talking, and she wanted to be part of the conversation, which, thank you for being part of the conversation. But I was like, having a conversation with myself, which is a weird thing to say, but the truth. And she was talking about how she felt about it and her emotion. I was like, oh, that's super cool, but kind of in the middle of something right now, you know? And I didn't want to be rude because the point is, the goal is not to be rude. At the same time, it was a bit, I wouldn't say awkward per se. It was a little bit peculiar that somebody was part of a conversation that you're supposed to have with yourself. It's like, okay, well, here's my freaking plan. I'm going to be working next year. So somebody comes in and is like, you know what? I'm going to be working next year too. Like, okay, well, that's super cool, but I'm not necessarily having a conversation. So if you're having a monologue, why are you live, you know? So, again, it's life lesson. People are going to come in and going to be having an opinion about what you're doing. I was turning a blind eye. You want to know why? I didn't know how to react with negative content, not negative comments. I never had to deal with that before. I never had to deal with negativity. Mostly because I kept to myself. Thank God I don't criticize myself, because otherwise, what was the point? So, with life, already the way we're dealing with people is much better. The way we're dealing with a non-success is way better. The way I'm dealing, for example, a couple of months, I was freaking getting blackmail. We're out of it. And I was able, did I do the right things? So, knowing that what I did wasn't correct, okay? That's one. Knowing that she could have took it a lot further is two. Three is the fact that nowadays there's no consequence of that. There's no echo of this. It's like it never happened, right? It never happened. And it's also a life lesson because you're dealing with people. I mean, a lot of shitty people, but I'm dealing with a lot of good people. When I was making videos, a lot of people were trying to be my friend because they saw a gain for themselves, right? And they were seeing a gain from themselves, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you feel like, I had a talk with a person a month ago. This person always felt like we need to be on live together, and they were like, dude, we need to be on live together. Why? When I was playing Fortnite, it's like, why didn't you tell me, bro? I'm on my way. And I'm like, why would I tell you? It's like, okay, well, we can do a collab. And I'm like, I didn't ask for a collab. Where's it coming from, right? And this person we met years after, and he had another account because I blocked the first account. And he was like, well, I found that in my neighborhood that I found a I I was playing Fortnite, and he changed account, and he went to see me. And he was like, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Because I was not mad anymore. And he was like, yeah, I'm doing good. Somebody met my town, he was doing content that I like. You could bring me a lot of views. I'm like, oh, what do you think about that? The guy said, oh, he doesn't know yet. And I'm like, how's that function, right? And some of these people, they exist. Some of your friends are that kind of people. They're looking to get something from you, and that's not cool, but it's something that happens, right? So you're just gonna be aware of that. You're gonna be more understanding on how do I deal with the situation. Knowing the situation happen, how do I deal with them? You know, Get Live or live in general would be so useful to me long term because I'm not the best at dealing with people. I'm not the best at dealing with confrontation. I'm not the best at dealing with arguing, with negativity, with criticism. I don't know how to deal with that, and I need to learn it because if I want to work with the public, if I want to work in a social environment, I have to understand that a social contains bad people and good people. I'm gonna have to deal with bad people, you know. So it is a note that I'm learning. It is something that I'm understanding. It's some notes that I'm taking down. But ultimately speaking, is it gonna be life lesson possibly? Will it bring me something some days? I don't know. As you take with life, you take sacrifices, you take risk. That's one risk I'm willing to take, you know. So socially speaking, it will be very useful. And the goal is to come back one day and make videos, but be a different person, be a role model, be more resilient to negative comments, which is why I stopped in the first place. If I'm more resistant to that, I'm more resistant to everything. We're gonna end the live here. I'm gonna end the video here. So we're filming the sunset. I'm gonna end it here. And that's pretty much it. But if you want to follow, I appreciate you. No, follow. Yeah. So hopefully we grow from this experience. And I'm not willing to say every growth is good growth. But I'm willing to say that I want to see where this journey takes me. So in the end of life here, I'm going to go and pick up everything, my phones and everything, and I'll see you guys tonight with another shoot. I love you. I really do. And there we go with our first sunrise of 2026 outside. It was a nice time. I wish I had more time, but again, the battery, it wasn't planned. It wasn't planned at all. I don't know why I said it was gonna be cloudy, but it was. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be streaming some Final Fantasy 12. And I want to take a break because we spent the whole night editing and doing things like that. So if I can avoid this, I would love that, but we'll see. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy.